All right, here with Cowboy 65-pounder D. Lockett here, as you can see, at Gallagher Iba Arena. Very quiet in here right now. Yeah. Contrast how it feels right now to how you think it's going to be 24 hours from now.
It's going to be really loud and exciting. I can't wait to run out into that crowd. And I said this before on a couple other interviews, but that's like what I live for, is that loud, obnoxious crowd. So I just can't wait.
You know, this last week, there's been a lot of attention paid to your previous match against Iowa in the national duels. And I think as great as that duel was, I think your match against Cali was maybe the match of that entire duel. What was it like, that first experience wrestling against Iowa, and then what did you take away from the experience of wrestling Caliendo?
Yeah, wrestling Iowa was awesome because, you know, it's always been a dream of mine. Even when I was little, at first it was to go to Iowa, and then obviously to go to Oklahoma State, where I eventually went. So it's been awesome getting to wrestle in that rivalry one, just because I've got to watch it so many times. I mean, I was right behind the corner at like 10 or 12 years old when Nick Piccinini pinned Spencer Lee. So like I've always been right there and on the sideline, and now being able to be in it was just like the best thing ever. So, and then wrestling Caliendo, it was exciting. You know, it was like my first real test, and I got to see how good I was. Obviously, I always believed that I could win against anybody, anyone I've ever wrestled. But you know, it was like, can I really win, or how can I win, or should I steal this match, or what? But now I got a feel for them, and I know how good I really am.
You know, I feel like in that match, both you guys are so hard to plant. Like kind of near scores, you couldn't quite put them down, and then you eventually got the takedowns. How much of a focus is like, I don't know if it's cleaner finishes, or like, what do you think is going to be the key next time? Now that he's felt you, you felt him, what do you think are the keys next time?
You know, just doing what I've been doing. You know, I talked to the coaches about that too a little bit, and you know, I think last time I was just a little bit timid, like I'm about to score, and then I kind of like hesitated, and now I'm just a lot more confident, and I know how close I was to scoring 4 or 5 times, so now I should be able to get 3 or 4 takedowns and get a major decision.
Yeah, you came out firing in that match. You must have hit him with a couple double legs before you eventually scored. Was there anything about that match that surprised you at all?
No, not really. I mean, it just kind of showed me how good I was, you know, like I didn't know if I would really be able to beat those guys yet, or I knew I was close, or I was always trying to steal those type of matches, but it just showed me how good I really was. Like you're saying, getting in those many scoring positions and almost scoring, it showed me how great like my wrestling really is.
November to now, how different D. Lockett's wrestling?
Yeah, I'm so much different. I think I've grown so much in my wrestling, and then my cardio, and just all around. I'm getting stronger, getting older. So I think I'm 10 times better, and like I said, I think I should be able to go out there and get a major decision for my team this time.
You've run the gauntlet so far. You're undefeated as a true freshman. Does each win, does that add any extra weight, any extra expectation that you're carrying around an undefeated record? That's such that can be a difficult thing for some athletes.
I think at first it kind of was, and that's when you started seeing me getting those 1 to 2 point matches where I was just trying to hold on and trying to keep the undefeated ranking. And then when I just go back to talking to the coaches and the coaching staff I have here and all the people around me, I just noticed like that doesn't really matter. There's one goal at the end, and that's March. Messenbrink, everyone wants to talk about him, so that's my ultimate goal, and that's the only thing I'm shooting for right now. So really, none of this really matters. Like, even if I lost tomorrow, like, I'm still going into the NCAA tournament 0-0, and I'm going after the #1 guy or whoever I meet in the finals.
You've made a couple references to Iowa. You said starting out, I wanted to wrestle at Iowa. How does a kid from Stillwater, Oklahoma, as a kid want to wrestle for Iowa? How did that kind of happen?
Yeah, I don't know. So when I was really young, like 3 years old, I actually I moved to Ponca City, Oklahoma, before my mom passed away, and then I moved back to Stillwater. So I don't know. I think my uncle liked Iowa too, so like I just really loved their program, and they were always good too. So, and then I used to actually wear the Iowa singlet at like all the local kid tournaments, and then one day John Smith was like, yo, you're not wearing that no more, or you're not practicing. So then I finally just threw that one away. I think I gave it to my little cousin, got the Cowboy singlet, and then rode with it ever since.
Awesome. Yeah, it sounds like you made a couple references like, hey, it was kind of down to Iowa and Oklahoma State, but you maintained good, you know, personable relationship with the Brands brothers throughout.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we get into some other questions, can you tell us about the shoes real quick? They caught my eye during practice.
I got these new custom shoes from U Fabrics. He does like Troy shoes, Vincent Robinson shoes, a lot of guys' shoes, and he sent me these, and you know they're real flashy and shiny, And then my dad always say, look good, feel good, wrestle good. So I got to look good, and I think these will bring me a couple extra takedowns this weekend, a little extra speed boost.
What's it been like? Yeah, they look great. I'm sure people enjoy seeing them. What's it been like? You know, you and some freshmen have been kind of having this shared experience throughout. How have you guys helped each other through the ups and downs of this season?
You know, I think we just have all grown together from the start, like this summer when we were coming in together. Last April, we were coming in together before U.S. Open and those things. And we've all kind of grew together. And I think all of us bring different quality and different traits to this friend group and this group of guys that we're all hanging with. And then we're always just building each other up, you know. Even sometimes we might, like, break each other down or say, like, dumb jokes to make them feel bad. But at the end of the day, we all know, like, we love each other and we're just being hard on each other. And, like, even after some of my matches, like Downey Landon's like, what the heck are you doing, bro? Like, you look terrible out there. And things like that. And, you know, at first it's like, whoa, what are you talking to? But then it's like, that's my friend. That's the guy that's I know is going to have my back at the end of the day, and he's just trying to make me better.
What did you take away from that match against Downey? Obviously, he's really good. He's tough. You had to go and get it late. What were your, you know, what was the message maybe from Landon, and then what were you kind of telling yourself after that match?
At the match, I honestly don't know. From the run out before the match, I honestly have no idea what was happening at all. I don't know what I was doing out there. It was like a real one of those frenzy matches that you really just don't know what was going on. But like the coaches told me, and they were just like, it was a really gutsy way to go get that win. You know, like a lot of adversity was on your side. You gave up your first takedown. He almost had riding time and things like that. So it was a good way to go find a win, something that I was struggling with this past summer at the World Championships. When things weren't going my way, I started getting frustrated, talking to the refs, you know, throwing a fit a little bit out there, talking to Coach Dave, and this time I kind of just stayed in the match and went and got it.
Yeah. What does it mean to get, not just for you individually, what does it mean to get a win over Iowa?
I think it means a lot, especially just for my team and all the community in Stillwater who's been backing me since I was a little kid, you know. So it means a lot. And like I said in another interview, I looked it up, and we've only beat them 2 times in the last 10 years, and then David's 0-2 against them. So now it's kind of personal for me, at least, to go get a win for me and then for my whole entire team to get the win.
A couple more questions. Since, you know, I asked about the freshmen, but what's it been like since Jax got here in January? He's someone who's around the program, on the world team, and now he's joined the team. What's that been like?
Yeah, you know, it's been good having him. He's just bringing a lot of experience and top work to our team, and there's no other guy like Jax that you want to have around a team like ours that's goofy and funny and likes to have a lot of fun.
Now, I heard the story about a dog. Is the dog, do you still have the dog? Is the dog somewhere else now?
Yeah, I still have the dog, but it's staying at my parents' house because it was potty trained now, so it doesn't use the bathroom in the house or anything like that. But I had another dog when I was living at my parents' house, and they kind of got like a little bit of separation anxiety, started getting really skinny, and we got them back together, and now they're really happy. I went and seen them yesterday, me and Landon. So, yeah, he gets real excited when we still come back.
That's great to hear. Okay, well, D, it's great catching up with you. Can't wait for your match tomorrow. Do you have anything else before we let you get back to your day?
Nah, thank you, and thank you guys.
Thanks, D. Appreciate it.